What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and chill them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name After Sound, and the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we dive into a wide range of topics in short-form videos just like these. So check it out. Links in the description below, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, we are going to dive into another video answering your Splinterlands comments. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Just keep in mind, the ones that I do answer, I'm going to leave a little heart over here. And of course, if I answer via text, then you'll see that via text. But shout out to International Travel Channel, always leaving a comment. We got pandas today, so thank you for that. Pomp, this is on the leaderboards need a massive rework video, says they should make some type of end of season playoff. I couldn't agree more. And I actually wouldn't mind if seasons ended up being a little bit longer, meaning that we did like a month-long season and then had like the last couple of days of the month be that end of season playoff, or however you want to make it work. But I totally agree that we should have something more defined, more structured. And while it's cool and people can jockey for position, right, for the leaderboard, you could still have it where maybe like the first set of people get a bye, right? The first, I don't know, however many that they would choose get a bye. And so therefore you still have people jockeying for position. You want to face somebody who's lower on the leaderboard, yada, yada, all that stuff. But I just genuinely think it makes for better competition rather than just having it be like who can spend the most energy, right? who can buy the most energy and spend the most energy and therefore like shoot their way to the top. Don't get me wrong. There should still, we still have some great things happening with that, but just from a competitive standpoint, it feels like there could be so much more. Ooh, okay. I want to respond to this on text as well, but I'm going to read it here. But shout out to Clayboyne. Thanks for watching these videos. Well, when it comes to glint, chests, or anything that isn't a token held by the DAO, the team can quite literally do whatever it wants. If it wants to add glint and chest on top of the DEC that's currently minted, it can. If it wants to do glint chest, then it can do packs in the tournaments thing. That's also an option. At this point, though, unless there's a lot more participation to at least get the numbers closer to even, who knows if anything will change. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw the video that I posted, but right now the polls are showing a lot of people that just want the status quo, which sucks because there's a lot of people who are benefiting from the status quo. And I don't mean to, let me be very clear about this. I don't mean to just be like, oh, okay, like they're benefiting and they're greedy. No, that's not what I'm trying to get at here. I genuinely think if we can come up with a good idea that's more thought out, well structured, and offers a way to participate, we can get people to buy into that, even the top whales that are benefiting from this. But right now, it just seems too nebulous is what it is. Okay, so Mammoth says a large majority of the leaderboard must be those who have the most voting rights. Well, yep, that probably makes sense. Lunicissa says, I agree, change is needed, but neither tournament nor the other options are good. The whales will whale, so don't expect any change as they are currently collecting those tokens and don't want to collect less. I'd be the same if I were in their shoes. Same old, same old. Well, this is what I was saying. I wouldn't be opposed to them getting SPS, and I don't know why they wouldn't be opposed to getting SPS, right? Like it would be super beneficial for them if they got a token that actually had the potential to go up in value over time. But I don't know. That's just me. All right, I'm going to skip over the ones that are for the giveaway, but thank you guys for entering. Kate Chillin says, support. I use Xbot too. It's very intuitive. Very cool. Okay. Joffrey says, the game is so fun. That's why most people use a bot to play it for them. And then Last Hope replies here, most people use a bot because you have to play 24 battles a day and it takes a lot of time. That's the main thing for me is that we've just gotten into the point where like, think about it this way, Joffrey, and anybody who's like, taking issue with this or identifies or this resonates with them. This game actually offers the opportunity to earn significantly, right? In like every day you can earn, and I know it's not the amount that gets people excited, right? You're earning X amount of SPS, and that SPS is only worth less than a penny, but it's like the fact that people are bought into the ecosystem and they want to maximize the returns, whereas you don't see that with other games. And sure, you can make the argument that a lot of other games are more in the fun standard, right? Like Splinterlands can't necessarily compete with them if they offer something different like Illuvium or Off the Grid or even Parallel. But they don't offer the same kind of earning potential that Splinterlands does too, right? It's just a different type of game. Now, I'm not saying that they don't offer earning. It's just if you want to maximize your earning, well, let me ask you this, Joffrey, and anybody else, if you could get a bot in Off the Grid or Luvium or even in Parallel that would allow you to earn while you were not there, to make sure that you could maximize your account, would you not consider it? I mean, here's what I'm trying to get at, right? I think we demonize it because it's there. And I don't think that we do that with other games because it's not possible with those types of games, right? Which, again, says something else, but that's a different conversation entirely. So I don't know. That's kind of where my head is at. Now, that being said, I agree with you on this. Like, I still think the game is fun. But so I disagree with that part, but I'll agree that, yeah, a lot of people will use it to save time. Right. And so I don't know. That's just where my head is at, but I guess I'm agreeing more with Last Hope there. All right, this is for the giveaway. Jillian says, if you were only taking out 5 to 10% of your earnings, didn't most get eaten by fees? Well, fees, at least when withdrawing, are usually proportional, right? So it'll be a percentage of whatever you take out. Plus, if it comes down to gas fees, I'm usually trying to stay on chains that are not super high gas fees. Also, it's not like I take out immediately everything, like a portion every single day. I'll stack up a little bit and then pull it out, and then. Yeah, so that's what it is. All right, lots more giveaway comments here, so we'll skip through that. All right, Andrea says you're doing a fantastic job. Oh, hold on, I need to type this one because this is a scam alert. Scam alert. All right, I don't know, anybody who like offers their seed phrase in there, that's probably not a good idea to go and try that out. So don't be greedy and think that you're gonna wipe somebody's wallet out. All right, so Brazen Blake says, thank you for the update. I was hoping you would give this update. Okay, cool. I'm glad that people enjoy the Wild Season permit updates. I'll continue doing that. Rift Summoner says, everyone's selling their alts and just consolidating into one account. Some want to move to modern format if all your cards are just modern format cards. Interesting. Okay. I think, well, you're not wrong. I think there has been a lot of consolidation, continued consolidation, but I also think that it's just maybe it's just not making sense for people anymore to run I'm running the Aftersound YT account, but I'm subsidizing that, right? I have no idea how much it's earning. And obviously even the earnings that we get, I'm just burning that and giving it away to the community. So I don't know. All right. So IGN, oh, this is more giveaway stuff. Let's go down here. Rift Summer says, that was my strategy since day one playing Splinterlands. That's why I never lose, and looks like Aftersound follow the Rift ice cream money strategy. Now's a good time to hold and buy though, but I will start my DCA next year. There are things I need to buy and pay for in November, December. Not financial advice, but it works for me. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'm thinking the same thing, right? Come next year, I will probably start DCAing out a little bit, just, here and there, and we'll see how the rest of the year plays out. Sorry, guys, I got to turn on the fan because it's super hot, and hopefully there's not too much background noise. All right, Valor says, in my opinion, vouchers should be an option. Having vouchers means you have stake in the game and most likely have been around for a while and a supporter. So you should be able to play with your older cards because you have investments and commitments you made to the game. This is for the Wild Season permit video. So, I read this initially, I don't know, earlier today, and I had a similar thought. Like, I want to agree with you, Valor. I want to agree with you and the sentiment that you have regarding people who have stake in the ecosystem. That being said, this has turned into a massive sink for DEC, which I don't think is insignificant, right? And we've gotten into a position now where voucher utility has actually been streamlined quite well. So I will say this. I agree with you to a certain extent that there should potentially be some considerations, and I'm not tied to this, so don't quote me on it, but I do agree with your sentiment that there should be some considerations for people that have been around the ecosystem for a while to get some kind of, I don't know, maybe not a free pass, but like some kind of discount potentially. And I know there was talk about like if you have enough SPS stake, then maybe there's you get it for free, which I don't think that should ever be the case. But maybe there's a reduction, right? Maybe there's a bonus or a discount. And I also am thinking that it would be nice if vouchers had additional utility. I know, because we just fought against this so much. But when I think about vouchers, there's still a lot out there, and maybe I'm just being a little premature with this because we haven't seen the impact with the Mana Warden promo card, so maybe we have to wait for another 1 or 2 to really come in and eat through the vouchers. But I'd like to see Vouchers still play a little bit more of a role. Now, I would like for it to be something that is not an area in which like it's going to take away from DEC, although like anywhere that you put a voucher burn can potentially be DEC. So I get that. But I just think that there's an opportunity to expand voucher utility. Again, not crazy to the point where it was before, but just to like, I don't know if maybe it's just we need additional cards, or maybe we need not what am I thinking of? Glamour. Maybe we need Glamour to come in and maybe have some of that be available in vouchers as well, specifically for the voucher promo cards. But yeah, I'm leaning that way too. Okay, so Chain in the Block says, it's getting pretty ridiculous. We came to the game for play to earn assets with real world value. Then they changed it to play to earn in-game rewards that can't be sold. Now it's pay to play for rewards that can't be sold. How is that different from Marvel Snap? The only thing you can earn value is SPS, and they literally put you in a situation where you have to sell some of that SPS for DEC, where you lose another 5% on the transaction. Why do you lose 5%? You can just go sell it on the market for 0.25% on the transaction just to be able to play. So now they're taking nearly half my season earnings just to keep playing. They don't want money to leave the ecosystem. They've decided that they're just going to erode the existing money and the system rather than try to actually bring new players in the game. Well, I mean, everything that they're showing is that they are trying to bring new players into the game. Let's go into some of the comments or replies here. Scott Thompson pretty much agree with everything he's saying. Add in the older assets for people that paid a lot. I earned about 5 SPS, 4 cents per win this morning. I earned 255 SPS, 2 in a tournament. This game has to be protected against bot farms. So you get people kind of coming in from both sides. I mean, obviously, I'm going to respectfully disagree, Chain of the Blocks. I understand where you're coming from, because when we joined the game, it was a completely different experience. And the truth is that experience is just not sustainable. And we saw that. And at the end of the day, I don't want this game to go under. I want it to be sustainable in the long run. And while I may not like or agree with all of the decisions that have been made to make certain things soulbound, if it does get us to a position that is sustainable and can actually grow the ecosystem in the long run, I find that better. So I know that this is going to make it very black and white, but what are your, like, if you had to choose between two options here, where we continue just mining assets from the ecosystem until everything literally goes to zero, right? We let the bots come back in and farm everything, and all of a sudden, like, your SPS is at zero, right? The amount of SPS you're winning is zero. The value of the SPS you're winning is zero. All of your assets are just getting dumped on the marketplace. All that eventually goes to zero, and there's no more game. So you lose all of the value. Or we get to a position like you're at now, where you're earning something. You're actually earning something in the game, and you're complaining about the fact that your earnings have been halved, right? So you're earning half of what you used to earn, but you're still in the profit, right? You're still in the green. So you're still actually making money from the game. It's just no longer as much as it used to be, at the expense or it's at your expense, but for the benefit of the ecosystem as a whole. It sucks, but I would take that second option all day, every day, right? Like, I mean, I don't want my assets to go to zero. I have quite a bit. So if it means earning a little bit less, but the game becoming sustainable and more attractive to new players coming in, and having a free-to-play option that can work as a funnel, I think that is, again, I know I'm making it black and white, but if it's between option A and B, I choose B all day. All right, Mondra says, I will always keep the assets I need for my account to compete for leaderboard like modern cards and 425,000 SPS. But instead of accumulating past like I am now, I'll just sell everything I get from tournaments and extra staked SPS all the way up. All right, so that's the magic number for Mondroid, 425. If we get to 425, everybody can just sell anything above that. But good to know. Thanks, Mondroid, for sharing. All right, for Dallas says 45 cents per season was not profitable for me. 90 cents would not be either. I don't see why the wild pass isn't prorated based on your league. Yeah. You know what? I mean, it's a broken system. I mean, I shouldn't say broken. It's an imperfect system right now. I've actually heard, I don't know if it might be Pomp or someone else who said that, like, the wild pass should actually be, instead of like all you can eat, like, you know, pay the wild pass and you can play as many games, even though it's limited to 24 energy per day. You should get it where every energy that you get is you burn DEC for it individually. I don't know that that's the right answer either. But the truth is, for Dallas, I would say that if it's not profitable for you to play in Wild League, then why not focus on Modern when Modern is super cheap right now? And this doesn't solve the problem, because once Chaos Legion goes to Wild, for example, then we're still going to have the same problem because those cheap cards are available. But yeah, I mean, we're in a position now where we need to get the flywheel activated. We need to get SPS higher, and it's not at the current moment. But many people are bullish on the fact that it will increase over the next 12-ish months or so. So I would say, I mean, look, it's easy to be upset with the game right now. We've definitely been through the ringer the past couple of years. I would say that things are starting to look up right now, and I know that the cynical side of everybody is going to say, oh yeah, we're up 2x, but we're still under a penny. And it's like, yes, but so many things have been fixed in the ecosystem. So many things have been fixed. And the moment we're able to start burning SPS for DEC consistently again, meaning that we burn through the excess DEC, or we lock up the excess DEC, which again is a finite amount, that and the reward cards, it's a finite amount. Once we're able to do that, I genuinely believe this thing could go to some fun numbers, right? Or at least make it much more profitable for you. So if you can stick around, I would recommend sticking around. If there's other areas that are other games that are enticing you, nobody's asking you to stay. And I'm not saying that to be an asshole. I'm just like, I still think that there's tremendous opportunity out in the rest of the marketplace. So many cool games launching. So, don't be too tied to Splinterlands, especially when you can bot your account. But I guess that's what you're complaining about, is it's not worth it. All right, so super new user says, Wild is more fun, but I switched to see if the SPS was better in Modern, concluded it's good enough to skip the permit. They should add a cloak item that you can attach to any card to play in Modern, maybe craft them out of totems or something. That'd be kind of cool. I can't wait until items and spells. This is the frustration with land. It's just like, if they could just introduce that stuff sooner rather than later. I don't need land to be this sprawling ecosystem of 50 plus resources. Like, we'll get to that in 5 years maybe, right? But like, get us the stuff that land was supposed to bring us, and land will have immediate utility. Even just that's the scarecrow idea, the barricade idea. Like, I've tried to throw out a bunch of ideas that, again, I don't know how easy or difficult it would be, but I think it would be worthwhile. And then all of a sudden land has utility, and everybody's working on land, or wanting the things that are worked on through land. Gold Banners comes from Romania. Did not know that. But I don't think that's, I don't know. I thought he was in the US, based on some social media posts, but maybe I could be wrong. All right. Sorry, Smurf says less than 10 people playing GLG tournaments, more than 10 people playing moon carts, ranked. Okay. Well, yeah. Last I checked, we were in like the teens for moon carts. So that's kind of sad. All right, Michael says, my account is slowly cannibalizing itself as I sell cards to play in Wild. I'm sure others are doing the same. When I run out of cards to sell, I'll stop playing in Wild too. Okay. So does that mean you'll be playing in Modern? As I sell cards to play in Wild. I'm sure others are doing the same. When I run out of cards to sell, I'll stop playing in Wild too. I don't understand. Oh, are you selling? Oh, meaning that you're selling cards in order to afford the Wild season permit. Interesting. So we are not at a point where everybody is profitable in Wild yet, which means the number can come down, actually, is what I'm hearing. So you're going to have people, the folks who choose to min-max, right, are obviously not doing that, or not profitable right now. And at some point they'll stop. And then you're always going to have a contingent of folks that don't care, right? For them, it's like $2 a season, $4 a month. They get to play, they get to earn glint, they get to level up their deck. This is just a game to them, and $4 a month is well within their entertainment budget. I don't know how those numbers play out. My hope is that over time we get a lot more people in the second category. And that ends up just making it more profitable for everybody because we're burning way more DEC. All right, Vlogging says, obviously one must keep an open mind when it comes to crypto, and it's possible to predict, but to me, it feels like 10 pennies is very optimistic. My strategy this time is to outrun the time-based capitulation of the market and not concentrate on price that much. Selling good amount, 25% when it actually matters, remembering that we might be the final bag holders waiting for the bull that never comes again. The ultimate fools that lost everything in crypto because it turned out to be just another tulip mania. Let's hope not. Yeah, well, look, I mean, my base case... my base case is 10 cents for a blow off top high, right? And that was, again, I hate doing predictions, but that's not even based on anything, right? I'm looking at where we're at right now and where our previous all-time high from a market cap perspective is, and 10 pennies is around that area. And I think even in a scenario where it's not perfect, that's like my my bullish euphoria blow off, base case euphoric blow off top. So yeah, that might still be very optimistic, but I can see us doing significantly less than that too. All right. When things were going well, I was smart enough to sell my Hive at $1.50, but I was dumb enough to put it all into Splinterlands assets at the top, says Bananas. You know, what's funny is I'm kind of in a similar story where I recognized in 2021 that DEC was well above peg in the way that they were maintaining it, or the way that it was designed is that it was eventually going to go down, right? We were like 10 to 15x above peg that entire second half of the year. And I thought that I was super smart because I was taking that DEC and selling it for SPS, and both of them went down 99%. Like, just so pathetic, so pathetic. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, so Banana says, want to laugh. Used to keep track of all my Splinterlands assets, including SPS, until it got too depressing, but I had some target prices saved in the spreadsheet, and the point at which I planned to sell 25% was SPS at like $3.25. What a joke. I might have to adjust that to like 15 cents. Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, you know what would be funny? Bananas, I'm going to challenge you. Not that I'm saying it's going to happen, but don't change your spreadsheet. Just leave it there, and if for any reason we end up hitting $3.25, you'll always be able to come back to this and be like, yep, I was right. Called it. It sold 25% of my stack. All right, let's do one or two more and then we'll call it a day. So where did I leave off here? Snowballs says, why buy a season pass when you can run your bots in Modern unpunished? I'm convinced accounts are still running bot farms in Modern. I mean, if you can find them, there seems to be a snitch program, right? So like, if you can find them, I think you can report it to the team, or at least have them take a look at it. So if you ever see that, I would highly recommend reaching out to support and just having them take a look. That's not to say that they're going to ban right away, but at least if they're keeping their eye on things and find any kind of funny business going on, they can take the appropriate action, or at least reach out and see where things go. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I got for you, Snowballs. And then Last Hope says, duh, leaderboards need a massive rework. Oh, thank you so much for your insights, Last Hope. We'll do one more. Yvonne says, all right, thanks for answering. Oh, that video is just for you, Yvonne. All right, yeah, we got a lot more stuff here, and I'll save this for the next video. Hopefully I'll do this a little bit more often than, I don't remember when the last one was, but I'll try to get to these more, just because I got a lot of positive feedback on the last one, and it seems like you guys like this coming back. And I'll try to respond in text to all the ones that I can't get to like this. So that's all I have for you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you all on the next one and see you around the game. Take care.